Okay, so I finally feel like a human a bit after that sickness that I've got myself into, and I just sat in the park. I want to talk to you about past few days of the trip with the boys, the Mielno as we call it, and took a few lessons out of it, took a few changes of my beliefs systems, and what I will actually apply from that trip. I need to get myself in motion of talking, of ranting, because I have not done it for a while. But what is important is that I am just filled with anger right now. I'm so pissed off, man. I wasted today like whole day. I didn't even clean the room. I didn't do nothing. I just sat there and was watching The Social Network on Netflix and The Come Up Facebook. Pretty good movie, you know. It reminded me of how I want the Ascension to look and what I actually want to do with it. And I want to have this run like Mark Zuckerberg with the Ascension, to actually push myself to the limits and build something big with it, to build some big story. But that's not the point of this video. So I came back. Tomorrow we work 16-hour work shifts. Oh my fucking days. Back to reality, you know. I just came back from Mallorca, beautiful Spain, freedom to work in 16 hours, but that doesn't matter. Today is the last day of the reset. The reset didn't even exist. It's like, I didn't even, of course, do the series properly. I didn't document anything in Mielno because I was living it, but I still need to sum up some lessons, sum up some insights from the trip, especially because I have some key social limiting beliefs to tell you about, and I will do that in a second. So the first thing I want to talk about is gonna be know what you want and know when to leave when you don't get what you want. And this is actually gonna be a lot of lessons about dating game, because I took this Mielno trip, this trip with the boys, to push myself socially and to push myself to sort of start to even explore and like take a bit of fixing into my dating life, which is so terrible that, but we're gonna get into it. And know what you want and know when to exit, because we ran on the first day to some group of girls, you know, as a practice. First day we were like tired after the trip, and we went after the nightlife to go sit with some group of girls, and we were like talking for 3 to 4 hours about some dumb shit. Like I saw, and probably most of the guys, we've seen these girls were uninterested from like the first 20 minutes of the conversation, and we stayed for too long. Like one of the friends, of course, he was telling that it was because we wanted to practice, you know, warm up a bit. But I was talking to my best friend, and we were like, no, that was such a waste of time, and we shouldn't do that. Like, we wasted hours for the chicks that they don't even want to do anything with us. So the first lesson is that to know when to leave, because you can waste a lot of time in dating. I now realize that I shouldn't cope as I used to, that no, I'm not gonna waste any time on dating because it's not worth it, or like I don't have time for that, which in fact is a lie, because you don't have to spend so much time. You can just leave when the circumstances are not convenient for you. Because if I'm gonna find a girl that I need to spend like, let's say, 3 hours a day talking on FaceTime, of course I'm gonna just have to leave, because I don't have time for that. If I'm working 16-hour work shifts most of the work days, then I'm not gonna have time to sit down and talk for 3 hours daily on a FaceTime, right? So, but if I wasn't aware of that, and I was like convincing myself, yeah, maybe it's the right girl, and there's something wrong with me, I should stay, I should talk about her. No, fuck that shit. You just move on to the next girl. You know, that's the mentality that I have right now, to talk to as many girls as possible, to increase my game and increase the ability to speak to them, but not be afraid to leave when you have to do that, because that's a waste of time, energy, and especially your mental insanity, as we will see with the next point. So the first point we learned on the first day is know exactly what you want before you approach any girl, and know when to leave when it's clear that there is no attraction from both sides, because it has to work in both ways. If I'm attracted to a girl but she's not going to be attracted, and she shows me that she's not attractive, or she doesn't show me that that she's attractive, then I will just fucking leave. There is no magic game that you can pull out of your pocket. Maybe sometimes you can, but it's very rare in my opinion to just make the conversation attractive if there is no physical attraction from the beginning, right? You can only escalate when there is physical attraction from the beginning, and that's how it works. And the cool thing about it is a lot of things in dating I saw after the first day and also the whole trip is that I saw dating is one of the area that also applies to every single area of your life, every single other areas, because in business it's the same. If I'm gonna be working now, and I applied this immediately, I just rejected every single workplace that I don't want to be a part of because it does not works in favor to my vision, and it does not work right now anymore in favor towards my goals. So I just leave, right? If you go and you try to pitch someone and he's clearly not interested from the beginning, you're not gonna pitch him. Like, you should not blame yourself that, oh, maybe I should use this kind of script, or maybe I should use this type of magic psychology. Sometimes your approach is bad, right? But you should measure yourself on those approaches when you failed to close, when there was initial attraction, initial potential to sell something, and you fucked this up. You fucked up to close. Not you fucked up to somehow convince somebody to want a candy when he clearly wants some fucking chips. You know, you cannot convince him to like want some candy when he wants clearly chips. I know it's a stupid example, but I need to get into the motion, right? So dating and approaching, and like the game of approaching, it applies to every single area of my life. This is super cool because now I see the correlation between the ascension and what I was talking about when I just moved past the fear and finally started to consider evaluating on every single area of my life together, because they line up and they are connected to themselves. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about is rejection and my mindset that was revealed to it on the day game and on the night game that we were doing on the second day. Because I went out with my friend, with my best friend actually, because we also came to the conclusion that there is no point in approaching girls like in the group of 6 guys, because it's just not gonna work. Maybe if we luckily happen to meet a group of 6 girls and then we approach them, but this rarely happens, right? So we divided ourselves to 3 groups of 2 guys, and we just started approaching. I was with my best friend, and you know, I finally, I think, revealed to the daylight what is my problem with rejections. Because most of the time when I run up to the girl with my friends, I was the one talking, okay, because he was afraid. But I was talking, and the first time I was talking, it was fine, you know. Yeah, we got rejected. For the most painful it was, we were talking to them for like 20 minutes. We were trying to engage the conversation, but again, the same situation of not really knowing when to leave fucked us over. But that's the beauty of beginning of that game, that we learn these things, and in the journey of the ascension I can talk about it. But what is important is that the first rejection was okay, but the third and the fourth attempt, that's where things started to get tricky, because I started to get so much discouraged with my friends. He also started to get so much discouraged from the negative feedback loops that we were receiving. Yeah, because perhaps we are ugly, perhaps we were short, but it doesn't matter. It's the fact how we approach rejection. Because what I realized after this trip is that I should have the mindset with treating like the 15 rejection like it's the first one, and keep going like it never happened, right? And not be discouraged, and like let my brain protect me from other approaches after like third or fourth attempt, because this is like basically nothing. I should be discouraged if I come up to 100 girls that night and every single one of them rejected me. Sorry, I'm still sick. Every single one rejected me, but it didn't happen. We were discouraged after like the fourth attempt, which is fucking stupid. And I know for a fact now that this is the approach and the mentality that's killing me in business, in fitness, and in content especially. Because when I see a reel that flops, or seen a reel that didn't perform that well, or this kind of stuff, I get discouraged and I didn't continue the journey. Maybe that's the hidden reason in my brain behind the fact that I wasn't continuing to upload the series, and I wasn't even starting the series. I was saying, yeah, the reset is coming, the preparation phase, blah, 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 but I wasn't consistently posting. Why? Because I was afraid of rejection and afraid of the fact that I needed to put effort into that videos and they potentially flop. So the mindset of rejection needs to be eliminated as fast as possible, because it's stopping me from achieving what I want. Basically, not only in dating, but also in business and content, in whatever the fuck I do. It's just stopping me, right, from achieving what I want. And the conclusion to this is I need to become someone who can make 15 approaches, get every single one, get rejected on every single one, and keep going on the 16th approach, and approach like it's the first one of the day, and keep going way, way beyond after that. Because the truth is, it's all psychological, and until I'm really physically tired to the point I can't even speak, I should not stop. Because if it's not physicality, it's probably my mind trying to sabotage me and take me out of the rejections. Another lesson, the third one, is that genetic lottery became an excuse for me. And that's something that's been happening to me like long time ago, for the past months, I would say, since the black pill came out. Because I was deeply invested in the black pill, and I saw it coming. I saw Clavicular getting fucking popular before he was popular, really, and before he was on the come up. He had 10k of subs on YouTube, and he was just starting, right? But me and my friend back then, we saw that it's gonna become super popular. So we got invested into all that looks maxing shit pretty early. But what it happens to your brain and all this black pilling mindset, it makes you think that because of the fact you lose on the genetic lottery with someone, it's the reason why you fail, and it's an excuse for you to not put the work. And it's a fucking cope, because I was like evaluating my, maybe not failures, because failures with dating is something I cannot really control. Yeah, it's perhaps because I'm ugly, it's perhaps because the girl didn't want or had a boyfriend. I cannot control the outcome, but what I could control is the amount of approaches I did. And if I was using the excuse that, I wasn't like the best looking guy or the tallest guy, so I will not do the approaches, it's the fucking cope that needs to be eliminated, because that is an excuse that stops me from doing the work that I need to do. And in fact, if I am on the spectrum when I need to make a catch-up game because I'm losing on the genetic lottery, by the logic, I should do even more approaches than the guy that won the genetic lottery, because I need to catch up to him, right? But most of the people, and myself included, would now say that, no, I'm not gonna approach. It's useless. I'm gonna lose anyway, because I wasn't born with this, or I wasn't born that tall, or I wasn't born that beautiful. It's fucking cope, and it's like a self-sabotage mindset and a self-limiting belief that also needs to be destroyed, because again, it applies to other areas of my life. Because I was also thinking once, I remember, no, I'm not gonna run these ads because I don't have, teeth done, or I'm not the tallest guy, or I don't have the perfect physique. Like, fuck that shit. You can run the ads and let them fail. If they fail, it's fine. You did what you had to do, but you cannot let yourself get into that excuses, because you can cope of the fact that, I didn't get the lucky one. I wasn't the lucky one, so I will not do the work. That's what's gonna stop you. You need to do the reps, despite the fact that you don't have the best genetics that you can have. So basically, to sum up this third point is to stop rejecting myself before I actually get rejected, right? Okay, the fourth one will be deep, because that super applies to me personally, and this hits me like a rock. And it is basically that the doer will outcompete the thinker. Bro, we had one friend that is that is retarded, basically. He's not the smartest of the group, and he knows it. We were telling him that he's a bit retarded, right? But he just does things, you know? He just does, straight ahead. He posts that content, he approached that girl, he approached these people, he pitches to the owner. He is just not afraid to do things. And I am the guy, which is like, perhaps very smart, and perhaps have like the right words to use. But what the fuck does it give me? Nothing. Because I don't do things. And the only thing that I need to take out of this right now, and you know, it sounds super simple, but it's hard applying it, but I have to apply it, is to actually become the doer and then apply my thinking into feedback gotten from the action, and to then evaluate the strategy and come up on top in order to do it later better. But without the doing, the thinking is fucking useless. It will give you nothing. It gives me nothing to think the best thoughts, to get the best strategy, if I'm not gonna use this. I know it sounds simple, but I fall into that trap for months. I was saying to myself, no, I will not post this content, I will not try to do that because I don't have the perfect script, I don't have the perfect idea of the video, I don't have the perfect roadmap of how I'm gonna sell this product in 10 years. Fuck that for now. Like, just do things, fail 10 times, get back up, and then think how can you learn, what can you learn from the failure and go better again. But do more than you think. That's what hits me the most, because I was the type of thinker that would procrastinate on doing because he was thinking, right? And it was this rationalized scope that I was using on that trip. You know, I'm not gonna go to the girl because I don't really know what to say, or I don't have the perfect line, or I didn't study how to escalate. It's all bullshit. And it's like the cope that I need to get rid of, because that hit me. You know, he was just doing those things. And yeah, he failed maybe half of the times he was trying, but he still moved forward, and he still moved with 3 times faster speed than the other guys, basically. Okay, so I want to talk about another thing. It's like the 5th one. And it was on the Saturday night when me and my best friend, we went out, we tried with girls, we failed like, I don't know, 5 times in a row, which is ridiculously small number compared to how many girls were up there. But of course we get discouraged, as I was talking earlier. But every single, the other 2 duos we had in our squad succeeded on the field. And we were so fucking pissed about that fact. We were fucking destroyed about the fact that the others have done it and we have not. It was like this feeling of anger and guilt that was like consuming us for the rest of the trip, and it was very fucking painful. But this reminded me of the fact that you are not tired when you're winning. This is very important, because I see it on the apprentice phase and on the ascension. I will face a lot of losing periods, and I will face a lot of bets that I will take and probably lose. But how do I stop myself from not taking bets because other people have won, or because I'm keep losing? Because it's very easy to get into that negative feedback loop. You get pissed, you go and pull up social media, then you see some bitches, then you fucking go even further in the wrong direction, which is the negative feedback loop, which you go and you slowly go down and you hit rock bottom that way. What do I have to do in that case scenario is seek the confirmation experience as fast as possible. So what we should do with my best friend, which we didn't, and in fact it's kind of my fault because I didn't like insist on it and like be the first one to initiate it, but I don't fucking care now. I will do that next time, and I should initiate the fact that let's go another girls, let's go another, like they succeeded, good for them, very good for them, congratulations, let's go hit another girl. And we should just go, continue the approaches until we find the one we succeed. And I promise you, now when I see this from behind, if we would get that one win, a whole different story. We will get the momentum, and it would be easier to keep going, right? Because we got the momentum, and because we got into the phase that we won one. And then if you win one, the other like 20 losses doesn't even matter. You like forget about them. But the only problem is when you lose, because that's when you're tired. That's when you're pissed off. It's when you are losing. That's what I learned. So the fact that I'm now pissed off with my life and I'm so filled with anger is because I'm on the fucking losing position and I'm on the chapter when it's the worst. But I need to just get myself this like helmet and go on through that bridge of losery and go on through that hard times and keep going until I find the experience that confirms me that I can win and strengthens the belief that I can actually do it, right? All my fucking days, I see my English getting deeply bad after fucking not posting for like 6 days in a row. I see my ability to speak has been worse. That's another lesson. You gotta keep doing this every fucking day to don't lose the pasta, to don't lose the streak. Maybe it's also the reason I'm sick as fuck, but that's not gonna stop me. Okay, and the sixth thing I want to talk about is that the numbers is really, it's really a numbers game. And the thing that's gonna stop you from doing what you want, and what's stopping me, is that you feel so personally attacked. Your ego is getting damaged when you lose, and when you don't actually make it by the 10th attempt or 12th attempt. And it's normal because you want to win, right? You want to win, so you get pissed off if you don't, and you feel like you are doing something wrong or shit. But sometimes it's just that you lose. It's just that you fucking lost, and it might be bad luck. It might be the fact that, I don't know, this girl just, I'm gonna talk about dating because that's basically what we did on that trip. It might happen that you lost because she like had a boyfriend 12 times. You met 12 girls that had a boyfriend, and yeah, maybe they said that because that's an excuse, you're ugly or something. Fuck that, right? The best approach you should have to the game would be to take the feedback you have been given, analyze the approach you have done, and go straight ahead and hit another approach. But I feel like most of the times I was just giving up and not approaching again because I felt like, why would I do that if I fucking fail every time, right? Like it's useless basically. So this is the thing. I need to kill my ego now because I need to acknowledge, yes, I'm on the position of failing. Yes, I'm on the position when I'm a fucking loser now. Yes, I'm on the apprentice phase, but that's the fucking point of this channel, and that's like how it is. I should not be expecting now to be on fucking yachts and fucking the 10 out of 10s if I cannot even go in one day to speak to 10 girls in a row. How do I expect to have the level of game like a fucking professional after thousands of approaches? If I get discouraged, I am not on that level, and my ego is killing me that I'm not on the level of a professional fucking pickup artist after not even 10 approaches. It's fucking bullshit. So I need to learn that's another thing, that's the sixth thing that I've learned. I need to kill my ego as fast as possible, but in the good way. I need to kill the bad ego that is tempting me to stop pushing because he is getting damaged, but also keep the ego that is the good one, that I believe that I can do this, and I believe that I am capable of doing this shit, and I will eventually do that. And the last thing, pretty personal, but probably the most important, is about the content. Because I've been trying, as you probably know, to start this fucking channel and to start those series, and I was like trying to do something with content creation because that was my dream always for like the couple of months. And I remember when the first time I posted some looks maxing reels and was trying to blow up on Instagram because of that way, and basically everyone was laughing at me, of course, around me, a bunch of haters, blah blah blah. But what I didn't realize is that my closest friends were telling me that, yeah, it's good you like canceled those videos after I deleted them because, yeah, I started copying, they were not aligned with my vision, which is kind of true, but it's kind of not. I was pushed mentally because I couldn't handle the hate, and I couldn't handle the fact that everybody was laughing at me and was telling me to delete the videos. I just folded under the pressure, right? But what I interestingly realized on the trip is that when my friend started to literally almost copy those videos. Like, started posting the same type of shit that I was posting. Like, I was doing that post on the video, this one with Morgan, to like show my cheekbones and stuff. I was doing that like a few months ago before Luke's Maxing got into this peak, and I was like averaging around 5,000 to 4,000 views, which I cannot even get right now. So it was getting pretty good success, and like for the 5 reels that I only posted, it was pretty nice views. And then I remember one of my friends, he told me, it's very good you deleted that videos because they were trash, you know. Yeah, I was talking to my trainer, and you know what he said, that you're super ugly, you look like this, you look like that, basically hating me, right? And he told me, yeah, it's good that you've deleted these videos. And guess what? The friend that started copying me and literally started his own Instagram profile, the same friend that told me to delete those videos, told him to fuck the haters, keep going, and yeah, this is good, you have thousands of views, keep going, you're gonna be famous. Like, you know, I do not want to get like a pat in the back and say, yeah, keep going. I don't even need that right now, because fuck that. But this pretty hit me. It was painful. And it wasn't even painful that, you know, he wasn't encouraging me and he was encouraging him. I don't care about that. What I care about is that I've let myself to delete those videos just because I didn't get the approval of people around me. Like, fuck them. Now I realize that I can just basically block everyone around me because they are not even my target market. Most of my fucking friends will not even watch these videos because they, first, will not have the time for it. Second, they don't care. And third, they probably don't even know English that well to watch those videos. Like, fuck that. And I was like, at that time I was so much into the approval of other people, what they're gonna think of me. Are they gonna support? Are they gonna hate? Like, fuck this shit now. Now I realize it. And it's pissing me off because that was a mistake I was doing, and it costed me like 3 months of progress, you know? 3 months of consistent videos, right? Now I see a guy who's driving in a fucking Mercedes AMG, and that could be me. Okay, maybe not in 3 months, but that can be me. And if I want to be me, if I want it to be me in that Mercedes, I need to keep this fucking content going, regardless of what the fuck these other people are gonna say, because they're gonna say shit, and that's okay, right? The biggest lesson that I got from this trip, that now I do whatever it takes to achieve what I want, regardless of the approval of other people. Like, fuck them. They will say if you do good, and they will say if you do bad. They will always fucking hate, so fuck them. The only thing that matters is, are you getting results or not? And are you still posting regardless of the approval or not? Like, I'm fucking chopped right now, I'm fucking this or that, but now it's not gonna stop me, because now I worked on my mind enough to realize that these are excuses to not posting, like to justify fear of the fact that I am posting. You know, I'm walking right now, people are watching at me. People are looking at me that I'm talking to the camera like a fucking idiot. But I don't give a shit about this, right? Because I need this content to be published. I want this content to be published. And I just want to document it as a mission. This is like my side quest mission, because the beautiful thing I like about this idea is that regardless if I blow up or not, or regardless if I'm gonna be able to help you guys on your journey later on, if I get to the point I want to get, I still will have to achieve all the goals I would achieve without documenting this stuff, right? So that's the biggest thing that's motivating me. And what can I say? I will not destroy my throat anymore because I'm still pretty sick. But see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we start. Now back to business. Tomorrow we will start the first day of preparation phase. We have less time than I expected. I expected to have like a half of a month to prepare before the next extreme work season, which we start at 1st of September. but fuck it, we will do it in the time that we have been given. So we have like 10 days to prepare. We are at complete mess right now, but I know what to do. We will have to just start applying it pretty fast. But after I broke down those limiting beliefs, and it really like opened my head more than I thought it can be opened now, then perhaps I will be able to fucking make it in time, right? So see you guys tomorrow on the 16-hour work shift. We are getting back into the same series of like car renting and stuff, and just the normal documentation of everyday life, because we are back in Poznan and we are back in this fucking shit place, and we are back on the race to try and get the fuck out of it. I need to get back into my flow of English and talking, because it's getting trash. I can hear that even myself. It is pain for my ears, but we will be back into the momentum. We will get back into the motion. See you guys tomorrow.